Next, we will hear from one of our own graduating sand sharks. There are many moments that fill me with great pride, but being able to introduce a USCB student is amongst my proudest. Our student speaker, Jack Wiverling, is an example of the kind of growth and success that so many USCB graduates experience. Joining us from Rock Hill, South Carolina, Jack is graduating today from our Palmetto College program with a degree in psychology. His academic journey in 2004 began in 2004, but as we know, life is not always linear. Jack's tenacity, talents, and work ethics have led him here today. Following graduation, Jack is thrilled to be pursuing his master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. Like so many of our graduates today, he is eager to use his talents to help others. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jack Wiverling.
Thank you, Dr. Panu. Just let me soak this in for a second. I have so many butterflies in my stomach right now. I feel like I could float off stage. And I wrote that about a month ago because I knew I was going to feel that way. But I want to thank the committee for selecting me and for giving me an opportunity to speak today in front of all you guys. Really, only in my wildest imagination did I ever consider I'd be given a speech at my college graduation. But here I am. I don't know who nominated me, and I don't know why. And I don't remember this being on my bucket list, but I'm going to check it off anyways. What I do know is that I was meant to be here, right now. And I consider a true honor and a privilege to be speaking today. When I was initially thinking about what to say, I immediately thought about an episode of The Office. It was an episode where Dwight has to give a speech in front of a large audience, and he gets so nervous he panics, right? And he gets up on stage and he pounds on the podium and he says, "Blood alone moves the wheels of history," right? Now, that was obviously dramatic and for the show, but the phrase itself was historic. Blood alone moves the wheels of history. And it left an impression on me. To put it another way, I would say that sacrifice moves us forward. And I find this to be very, very true, as if some law of nature is connected to it. Graduates, do me a favor. Raise your hand if you feel you have sacrificed time, energy, and resource to make it here today. Raise your hand. Yeah, look around. What do you suppose that means? To me, it means that sacrifice is critical to success. And it also means that each of you has reached beyond yourself for a purpose, for a reason to sacrifice. In the same way that each of you has sacrificed for your future, so too has the entire graduating class sacrificed for the future of our country. We all are doing our part, and sacrifice moves us forward. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. Raised in South Carolina, I grew up poor and in a broken home, and by age 10, my family experienced real hardship. And in an instant, I had realized at age 10 that the direction of my life was in my hands. So as a teenager, I wanted to join the Air Force. So in high school, I had committed to 4 years of JROTC. I was planning for a military service career so I could retire, but then when it came time to enlist, I found out I was disqualified due to a minor hearing loss. That really threw me for a loop. It was painful. You know, having invested so much time and energy into the program and then not being allowed to go, it was very painful. But still, I knew that my future was in my hands. Plan B was to go to college for engineering. So in 2004, I attended my first class, calculus. I was not prepared for that. I dropped that class faster than a COVID mask outdoors. My next classes were in psychology and philosophy, both of which I had never studied before. I immediately felt at home in those classes and saw a different career path on my horizon. Well, after about a year and a half, I dropped out for personal and financial reasons. But then did what all college dropouts do. I moved back home and joined a heavy metal band. Right. You know, I had a great experience with the band, you know, and I got to check off a few things on my bucket list, but I knew I had to get back on track. After a while, I enrolled in a community college, I left the band, and I got 2 part-time jobs. Eventually, I took on an internship that turned into a decade-long engineering career. While working there, I learned new skills, took on new responsibilities, and moved up the ladder rather quickly. As a young man who took pride in his work, I really enjoyed what I was doing, but something was missing. 2 things, actually. I wanted to start a family, and I wanted to own my own business. After my son was born, about 10 years ago, I started to explore meditation and personal growth. This kickstarted like a dramatic shift in my perspective on the world and my role within it. During that time, I was guided by my favorite quote, "Know thyself." That simple yet profound, ancient wisdom has inspired me to forever explore the many layers of who and what I am. I encourage each of you to develop and practice active self-reflection and mindfulness. This will help you to understand and nurture your own strengths and values, particularly as you grow and change. It will also help you to improve your relationships and how you interact with others. Now, during this intense period of personal growth, I came across a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This self-development book was instrumental in shaping my mindset. And I just want to share with you a few principles from it. Just a few. Number 1, have a definite purpose. With whatever you set out to do from here, your plan does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be complete. What is important is that you have a direction, an aim. With a purpose, many of you started college with a purpose in your back pocket and a goal to graduate, and here you are. With purpose and direction, your efforts paid off, turning ambition into achievement. Number 2, take action with courage, determination, and positive faith. As you progress in life, don't just dream, act, make things happen. When you find that thing that lights up your soul again and again, chase it with everything you have. Follow it like it is a beacon to your future, because it just might be. Your presence here today, ready to graduate, is proof that you've applied these principles already, whether you knew it or not. Each of you is a testament to the power of purpose, action, sacrifice, and faith. On the road ahead, keep these principles in mind and remember what you have accomplished already. It will serve you well when times get tough. Now, getting back to my story, I started a family, I was learning a lot about myself, but I still wanted to own my own business. So after a lot of soul searching, I decided I was going to open a float therapy spa. So from engineering to running a spa, quite different. I was going to build a wellness center that offered access to sensory deprivation tanks for relaxation and healing. So I added those principles to my vision board, left my awesome job, and went out to build a business. Long story short, the business was a success, and it solidified in me a confidence that I never had, that I could indeed manifest that which I desire. For years now, those many words of wisdom have kept me focused and motivated to make things happen in every aspect of my life. Now, working at the spa was great, but draining. You put in a lot of hours when you own a business. I found that the best part was speaking with clients after their sensory deprivation experience. Their relaxed and calm demeanor made for some interesting and deep conversations. One such client was a therapist from Charlotte. After her session, we chatted for hours and quickly became good friends. As our friendship grew, she woke within me a sleeping desire to go back to school to become a healer myself. In essence, she showed me the mirror and confirmed what I saw in myself already. But I had wrestled with that idea of going back to school for several years. For me, it was like conquering one mountain and then seeing another one on the horizon and going for it. And now here I am, on stage, speaking in front of all of you. My path has not been linear nor predictable. And I suspect that neither will yours, but that's okay. See, I believe in following your highest excitement and embracing each twist and turn as the opportunities that are needed to grow and learn. Today, I am telling you, you do not have to have a clear plan laid out to be successful. As long as you move with an authentic spirit towards what resonates within you, the path will unfold before you. And then you get to choose the next step to take, okay? My fellow graduates, the pages of our stories are still being written. My sincere hope is that you all continue to purposefully write your own story and captain your own ship. The pen and the wheel are in your hands. Enjoy the road ahead, play as hard as you work, and create your life with the same courage, dedication, and spirit that has gotten you here today. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Get out there and move some wheels. Thank you.